Hello students, today we'll start with the topic that is joint diastole or complete cardiac diastole. So during joint diastole, both atria and ventricles they undergo relaxation. Then second point, the right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from all parts of the body through the superior vena cava, inferior vena cava and coronary sinus. The left atrium receives oxygenated blood from the lungs through the two pairs of pulmonary veins. The joint diastole, it lasts for 0.4 seconds. So these are the points of the joint diastole or complete cardiac diastole. Now here both the atria and ventricles they undergo the relaxation. Then the right atrium it receives deoxygenated blood from all parts of the body through the superior vena cava. Then the left atrium it receives oxygenated blood from the lungs to the two parts of the pulmonary veins. Okay. Now the next is regulation of cardiac activity. Now normal activity of the human heart, it is specialized by muscles, that is auto-regulated, hence the heart it is called as a myogenic. The cardiovascular center lies in the medulla oblongata of both the brain, sino-auricular node and parasympathetic nerve which secretes adrenaline and acetylcholine respectively. Adrenaline stimulates, increases heartbeat, whereas acetylcholine decreases the heart rate. So this you keep in the mind that the cardiovascular center lies in the medulla oblongata. Now here you can see the medulla oblongata. Okay. Then now here what happens, two hormones means they get stimulated. First one is the adrenaline, second one acetylcholine. Now adrenaline it stimulates increase in the heartbeat, whereas acetylcholine increases the heart rate. Then during inspiration heart rate increases and during expiration it falls. The phenomenon is called as a sinus arrhythmus. What it is called? This phenomenon is called as a sinus arrhythmus. Okay. Then next is blood vessels. Now here you can see the study of blood vessels is called as angiology. Angio means vessel and logos means study. Then blood vessels are of three types, that is arteries, veins and capillaries. Then first we shall study about the arteries. Arteries they carry blood away from the heart to the different parts of the bodies. They carry oxygenated blood, exception in the pulmonary arteries which carries deoxygenated blood. They are thick-walled, muscular, elastic and without valves. They are deeply situated in the body, have narrow lumen and show high blood pressure, of efficient circulation. Arteries divide and redivide to form the arterioles. Okay, so these are the arteries. You can see the figure here, arteries, and the space in the between it is called as a lumen. Okay, then these are the layers. Now this layer it is called as a endothelium. Okay, and then outer layer it is called as a muscle and it is elastin. So it is made up of collagen. Okay, so here you can see this picture. Okay, so these are the arteries. They carry the blood from the heart to the different parts of the body. Okay, then next, which further divide and redivide to form the capillaries. Now these arteries they divide and redivide to form the capillaries, that is the small veins. They are called as a capillaries. Then histologically the wall of the artery it is made up of three coats. The external coat, it is called as outer tunica externa. Middle, it is called as a tunica media, and the inner, it is called as a tunica interna. Means the arteries, it is made up of 3 layers: tunica externa, outer one; middle one, tunica media, and the inner one is tunica interna. Arteries is characterized by the presence of thick and muscular tunica media. Now the capillaries. Now the capillaries are the thinnest blood vessels and formed by division and redivision of arteries. Now here you can see the capillaries. That is the small veins which come out from the arteries. That is, they divide and redivide. Okay. The wall of the capillary, it is made up of squamous epithelium or endothelium. Now you can see the wall of the capillaries, it is made up of the squamous epithelium or endothelium. Next one, it is permeable to water and dissolved substances. Thus exchange of respiratory gases, nutrients, excretory products between blood and tissues takes place through the wall of the capillaries. What do you mean by this word permeable? Means it allows the water and the other substances to come out of the capillaries. Okay, they can go in and come out. Therefore it is called as a permeable. Exchange of respiratory gases, nutrients, excretory products between blood and tissues. Okay. The next, capillaries unite to form the venules. Then you have veins. What is a vein? Okay. So in the previous figure we have seen what is artery. So this is the artery and this is the vein, structure of vein, and this is structure of artery. The space between the artery, it is called as a lumen. So here it is narrow space, and the space between the vein, the empty space, now this space is the broader. So this is also called as a lumen. So space between the vein, it is broader. So we shall now see points. Veins carry blood from different parts of the body to the heart, exactly opposite to the arteries. Arteries, here it is exactly opposite. They bring the blood from different parts of the body. Okay, like that. They carry deoxygenated blood. Exception is pulmonary veins, which carry oxygenated blood. They are thin-walled with semilunar valves to prevent the backflow of blood. They are superficially situated, have broad lumen. Now this is the broad lumen, and show low blood pressure. Means the blood flows with a low pressure here in the veins, and in the arteries the blood flows with high pressure. Okay. So what is the meaning of this superficially? Means they are situated above, not deeply. It is called as a superficially. Then we shall see the next, that is histology of artery and vein. Now here we shall study what is a TS of artery. Okay, TS of artery means histological structure of artery. Now this is artery, you can see. Okay, the outermost layer, middle layer and inner layer, and this empty wall, this empty space in the between, it is called as a lumen. Now the wall of the artery, it is made up of 3 coats or layer. First is tunica externa. So this one is the tunica externa. Then tunica media. This layer is called tunica media, and the inner layer, this brown color, it is called as a tunica interna. Okay. Now tunica externa or adventitia, it is the outermost coat made up of connective tissue with elastic and collagen fibers. It is thick. Tunica media, this middle layer, it is a middle coat made up of smooth muscle fibers and elastic fibers. It is thick as it has to withstand high blood pressure during ventricular systole. Tunica interna or intima, this layer. Okay. It is the innermost cord made up of endothelium and elastic layer. Now here TS of artery and TS of vein. Here you can see this is the artery and this is the vein. These three are the three layers. This one outermost tunica externa, middle one tunica media, and this one tunica interna. The middle space is called as the empty space is called as a lumen. Okay, this is of artery and this is of vein. Okay, the middle space, it is broader in vein. Then TS of vein. Okay, now here we shall see this is the artery, this is the vein. We are going to study this vein. TS of vein means transverse section of vein. The wall of vein, it is made up of three coats: tunica externa, tunica media, and tunica interna. Now tunica externa adventitia, it is the outermost cord made up of fibrous connective tissue. It is a very thin, this outermost coat. It is tunica externa or tunica adventitia. It is fibrous connective tissue. It is very thin. Then tunica media. Now this layer, tunica media. It is a middle cord made up of thin layer of smooth muscle and elastic fibers. Tunica interna, this layer. It is a innermost cord made up of endothelium and elastic layer. The vein has thin and less elastic wall, but lumen is large. Can you see here the lumen? The lumen is large. Okay. So the blood flows with a low pressure. Thank you.